Hello, my amazing artists. Last time we left off with our wave made of blue construction paper, so get that out. The next thing you're going to need is 3 pieces of construction paper. Now, these can be any colors because these pieces of construction paper are going to be for the fish that are swimming on top of your wave. And notice I have scrap paper. So if you have any scrap paper laying around, get that scrap paper out and let's begin. Now, before we do anything with the paper, I want you to find 3 parts at the top of your wave because we're going to use some scissors and cut into those. So, this is the top of one wave, and I'm going to fold it together and very carefully cut it. Now, I want you to be very careful with this part because I don't want you to accidentally get your fingers. So, if you need an adult to help, please get an adult to help. You do not want to cut into your fingers, boys and girls. Very important. So we're going to cut these 3 slits into the top of our waves at 3 different places because this is where your fish are going to get tucked into. So now that we have those 3 slits for later, we're ready to continue on with the actual drawing and creation of our 3 fish. I've got green, I've got purple, I've got orange. Remember, you can use any colors that you want, but it is now time to get out a black marker and let's draw our first fish. You can draw them any way you want. I'm going to start with this fish shaped with the letter C. Remember, we practiced last rotation, so if you have that practice in, this should be pretty easy. I'm going to close my letter C just a little bit because I want to start working on the tail fin. So now that I've closed that letter C a little bit more, I'm going to get my marker back out and let's make 2 small lines. The first one's going to be a little tiny letter U, and then an upside down letter U. That's the tail fin. Now I'm going to draw it up diagonally and over to kind of spread that tail fin out like a fan. Nice. Now we need to connect the back end of the fish. And I'm just going to draw a wavy line to connect them, just like that. Okay, so we've got the fish's head and body. Now for some details. Let's make the gill. This is how fish breathe underwater. So I'm going to draw a curved line from the bottom to the top. Don't forget those fishy eyes. So a little circle with a dot on the inside. A fish mouth, just a little smile will do. And then I think we're going to need a fin on the bottom and a fin on the top. And we're done with fish number 1. Don't forget to pause the video or to ask your teacher to pause the video if you need more time. Next, my purple fish. I'm going to start again with this nice letter C. And then, like last time, I'm going to go ahead and close that letter C a little bit more, but this time it kind of goes out to the right a little bit. Then I'm going to do those diagonal lines for the tail fin. No letter U's this time, just straight diagonal lines. And I'm going to connect the back fin with just a regular straight vertical line. This time I'm going to start off by drawing the eyeball. And let's also not forget the smile. Your fish do not have to look exactly like mine. If you want to draw your own style of fish and add your own details, please feel free to do so. There's my fish fin, looking good. This time I'm going to do a fish fin on the side. So I'm going to draw kind of a backwards letter C, and then these really small horizontal lines that touch the edge of the tail fin. So now I've got 2 fish. It's time for fish number 3. Okay, so I'm going to get my green paper out. And again, we're going to start with the letter C. And notice I'm leaving a little space on the left side between the paper, the left side of the paper and the fish. Close your C, 2 diagonal lines. This time I'm going to connect them again with a wavy line. Here's my fish eyeball. Nice. And this time I'm going to give my fish some fish lips. You know how fish make those smoochy faces sometimes. So I'm going to give my fish some fish lips. Here's a fish fin. It's in the shape of a tear or a raindrop. A wavy gill line. And I'm going to start doing a couple of these just to give this fish a different kind of detail. Make sure that your wavy lines start at the bottom. Do not draw through your fin and stop at the top. And then for the rest of my fish, I'm just going to put in some polka dots just to give it a little bit of texture. Remember that texture is when your artwork looks like it could feel a certain way. So this might look like it's a little scratchy toward the end. I like that detail. Once you have all 3 of your fish drawn onto 3 different kinds of scrap paper, I would like you to start cutting them out. And I'm going to leave a little bit of the green paper all around all 3 fish. If you don't have colored paper, feel free to use crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever art supplies you have at home to draw your own fish on white paper. And if you want, you can even color them in and then cut them out, just like you see me doing here. And look closely. There's a little bit of the green paper left all the way around the fish. Don't forget that if you recycle at home, you want to recycle these scrap bits of paper. Nice. Okay, so now I'm onto my purple fish, and I'm putting the video into fast forward motion. It's going just a little faster than how quickly I actually cut it, so feel free to take your time. As always, art is not a race, so do the best job you can. And again, I encourage you to add your own unique details. Who's to say your fish can't have a party hat? Or that it might be wearing some kind of weird clothes or something? Put in some bubbles, I don't know. Create your own details, and I would love to see how your creativity comes out when I check the work later. Alright, so I've got all 3 fish cut out. It is now time to tuck them back into the top of the paper. And there you go, you've got some fish swimming on some really wavy water. Great job. Take a picture, upload it to Seesaw, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.